All right, guys, we're moving on. Black Adam. Are you ready for more Black Adam news? I know you are. I know you are.
Stop. I'm so excited to talk about Black Adam.
How excited, Mary?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. All right. Do you want to tell us what's going on with Black Adam?
Well, The Rock has been humbled because there will be no Black Adam sequel anytime soon in James Gunn and Peter Safran's DC Bible for the next decade that they're still working on. So he has been decisively brought down a peg. I'm very happy about it because we know that that The Rock used Henry Cavill's name and the fact that he was so beloved as Superman to get more eyes on Black Adam when in reality, like, it was kind of an astroturfed character in the first place.
In the chat, somebody says Black Adam weirdly got better as the movie went on. Do you agree with that? Because it got through the rough part of the beginning about colonization. I know you didn't like it.
No, watching Black Adam like made me want to die. Like, it was so boring. I'm sorry. It was so boring.
Don't worry, man. I liked it.
I was like, 2/3 of the way through, I was like, okay, come on. Like, just, I want to die. It's too long. And I just want to spread some misinformation. I saw this tweet that said, Dwayne Johnson reportedly declined to shoot a cameo as Black Adam for Shazam! Fury of the Gods, telling Warner Brothers executives, quote, "I'm only here to play in the big leagues."
Like, it just sounds fake. I'm glad it was fake because it sounds fake.
I believed it at first because I know that The Rock's ego is just that
but here's the thing.
Big.
My number one takeaway from all of this, from his statement, which we'll read, is that he is expertly media trained and extremely fake.
Yeah.
Extremely. But when you read that quote, like the first time I read that article, I pictured him with his hands on his hips as he said it. Like looking down at somebody like, I'm only here to play in the big leagues. Yeah.
So he's posted this statement about Black Adam on Twitter yesterday. He said, "My passionate friends, I wanted to give you a long-awaited Black Adam update regarding the character's future in the DCU. James Gunn and I connected, and Black Adam will not be in their first chapter of storytelling. Womp womp. However, DC and $7 have agreed to continue exploring the most valuable ways Black Adam can be utilized in future DC multiverse chapters."
He won't want that because he didn't even want to do Shazam. He didn't even want a cameo in Shazam because he's too big for cameo in Shazam.
I think that's fake news. I don't think that he actually turned down the cameo.
I absolutely believe that he turned it down. I don't believe that he said, "I'm only here to play in the big leagues."
You think?
Yes, I believe.
So he's willing to shill for a Henry Cavill's Superman cameo in Black Adam so that more people will watch Black Adam. But when it comes to being a team player and doing a cameo in Shazam! Fury of the Gods and going for this multiverse model for the DCU, he's not willing to do it.
Yeah. Like, look, those rumors about him not wanting to be in Shazam go back long before the movie came out. Like last year, there was rumors that they said that he didn't want to be.
Because he wanted his solo movie first.
Yeah, he wanted to appear first.
Yeah. That makes sense for what we know about Dwayne Johnson's behind the scenes behavior.
He is an expert at, like, when I watch him, it's not that I don't believe a word that comes out of his mouth. It's that I believe that he rehearsed every word that comes out of his mouth 500 times in front of the mirror.
It's extremely PR and media trained. This other line, he said, "To my passionate and vocal Black Adam superhero genre fans, I love you, thank you, and I will," in all caps, "I will always listen to you.
Always.
And do my best to deliver and entertain you." I'm sorry, Dwayne Johnson.
You are not Tom Cruise. You will never be Tom Cruise.
You will never be as iconic as Tom Cruise. Even if neither of you are genuine, Tom Cruise acts better. He's a better actor when it comes to listening to the fans.
Somebody else pointed out, they said they think that the whole thing that he did out of the airplane was staged because, like, the audio wouldn't have been that good. So would he have had to re-record the audio and go like, it's my honor to entertain you. I'm like, fine. That means he cared enough.
He has released a video like that. No one said that it was fake. Well, but that does show a dedication to the craft.
And he made the same statement before Top Gun Maverick, where he said, "Look, it's our honor. It's a pleasure to entertain you. It's not our honor, our pleasure to entertain 0.0% of you. It's not our honor, our pleasure to entertain just some of you. It's our honor to entertain all of you because we're telling universally entertaining stories."
I'm looking at some of the quote tweets. Someone said, "I hope every top star refuses to work with Warner Brothers after seeing the way they've treated people like The Rock, Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, and Gal Gadot. Disgraceful from Warner Brothers executives." Another person said, The Rock's approach to marketing is such a mix of personal and commercial that you can't separate his genuine personality from the hype man. But what's even weirder to me is that his replies are always filled with fans who interact with the product in the exact same way. Yeah, people are believing the lie.
Do you think, like, also here's the other thing, like a lot of this comes down to like the screenings were apparently so bad that DC ordered reshoots that cost $70 million and in 20 days. But that's not just that, like James Gunn won't shut up talking about all this. So they had to come, like, that's what I want.
He's
like,
addicted to responding. Like, you know?
So the Rock does this. Remember, The Rock
Where's
also,
the showmanship?
Didn't The Rock also throw somebody under the bus for getting, like, somebody said something off color and they were supposed to work together, and then he like sent him a message, or his like management sent them a message on Instagram and said, "Look, we can't work together." Like, he screams of Hollywood. When was
that?
I don't want to go into, like, I don't remember more now of it. Like, but like he screams of Hollywood fake to me. Like, I don't believe that he cares. I believe that he wants to protect his image. And he's been like this since it's the example I was giving is like I was watching a documentary last night about Triple H, and in one segment they're talking about how Triple H won the WWF title, but the problem is The Rock says WWE title because it was the WWF title when he won it, but it's the WWE title now. So The Rock is like instinctive to give you the corporate PC because they were always told to not say the wrong thing, even for something like this where he doesn't have to be completely right. He gets it right because he's always corporate approved.
Yeah.
There's not an ounce of sincerity in his body. Doesn't mean I don't like his movies. I mean, I don't really care much about them either way. Like,
he can accidentally make movies that the fan base likes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be through this weird parasocial connection that he's trying to form with them.
Yeah.
And no one's buying it. So what's the point? Like, I'm not glad that James Gunn is essentially doing the opposite of listening to the fans, but I am glad that The Rock has officially gotten his comeuppance, thinking that he's going to be like the face of the new DCU or the savior of the DCU. Like, no one looked at you like that. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
My other new favorite thing is, like, I love how people were like, "Oh, I always knew that that Liver King was on steroids," but now they're like, "Is The Rock on steroids? I have no idea. Maybe he is." Like, oh gee, I wonder.
Dwayne Johnson is just like loading up on all of the steroids now because he thinks that his muscles are the reason Black Adam flopped.
Look, I liked Black Adam. I had nothing wrong with Black Adam, but his Hollywood acumen is too much to bear. There isn't an ounce of, like, I don't know why Tom Cruise comes across as more sincere, but he does. Like, Can you think of why? Like, is it because he keeps it short and sweet and he makes the statements once in a while, maybe?
Is it his age?
Yeah. I mean, but they're not that far. I mean, they're like, 15
He's not
years
as
apart?
social media active, you know?
Yeah.
He
that's
communicates through the studio, not through his personal Twitter account.
Like, it's like in making you more accessible, you make people more fake. Mm-hmm. Social media actually makes you more fake because it's like when Will Smith releases his video on his YouTube channel and it's on this pre-designed set that's supposed to look natural, but you could have just filmed the same thing at your house and gotten more brownie points because it would have looked like it wasn't this big Hollywood production. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, that came off as super fake and astroturfed.
I guess to me it's like I kind of rail against the idea, like, why do celebrities even use social media anyway? I mean, like, mainstream celebrities, why do they use it anyway when they don't need to? Because this, like you said, Tom Cruise doesn't need to be social media active.
Yeah. He's
got Paramount Pictures to release stuff of him jumping out of airplanes. And indeed, the motorcycle jump that we will talk about next. He's got them.
Yes.
In fact, do you want to just go into it? Or do we
sure. Let's wait until the end to...
let's just go into it. So, guys, Tom Cruise is the man. He rules. And I will stand for him as long as he keeps making these movies and he keeps thanking the fans and he keeps going on about this. And this is what I want to talk about. This stunt that he did, I encourage everyone. There's a version of it on YouTube.
Can we watch it?
The 2-minute version. Let's watch the short version of it. Sure. The long version of this is incredible where they explain the stunt, but we'll watch it here.
I'm in the hospital.
We got to refresh because the thing didn't refresh. Will it not let me watch it on here? There it is.
Okay.
This is far and away the most dangerous thing we've ever attempted. We've been working on this for years. We're gonna shoot it in Norway, and it'll be a motorcycle jump off a cliff into a base jump.
It's scary just
Wanted
looking
to
at
since I was a
it.
little kid. It all comes down to one thing: the audience.
Tom Cruise is a psychopath.
It all comes down to one thing: the audience. Okay, maybe this. Let me make a statement first. Maybe it's because he's telling you these things as he's working, rather than just staring at himself in a phone. Like he's doing it while he's out working. He's thinking of the fans while he's out doing his job.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it rings more true to me.
Going into this stunt, so Tom put together this master plan to coordinate all of these experts in each of the particular disciplines involved to make this whole thing happen.
John and I are jumping out of the helicopter. He's gonna chase me. That's what we say to each other.
Somebody in the chat says he did it 12 times. I heard 6.
A year of base training, advanced skydive training, a lot of canopy skills, a lot of tracking.
Tom Cruise, he's an amazing individual. You tell him something and he just locks it in. His sense of spatial awareness, he's the most aware person I've ever met.
Lots of practice on stability and freefall.
Tracking with John and Miles in the air, doing lots of different positioning like they're a two-man team in the air, coming on top of each other, below each other, backtracking, front tracking. You know, we've drilled and drilled and drilled.
Thank
you.
When you do a lot of jumps back to back, the canopy control skills improve a
Ho,
lot.
ho, ho.
We have 3 open canopies, which is a good thing.
The training's gone really well. It's progressive massively.
Hey, McHugh. How are you? Great day, man. This is the next part of training right here, motocross.
Let's do it. So we built a motocross track.
Getting competent in motocross, so he's comfortably jumping 70, 80-foot tabletops. Great time in the air, great positioning on the bike, landing well.
I have to get so good at this that there's just no way that I miss my marks.
That's good. Come a little closer to me. Coming up with the stunt is only one of the technical challenges. The other is putting a camera in a place that you can see where Tom is doing it. Finding the right lens, the right platform, the right medium. Even 2 years ago, the cameras didn't exist that would allow us to do what we're trying to do today.
How do we involve the audience? I just want to give them that thrill.
What?
That means
I
the
believe
camera
it.
has
I
to be
don't
in
know.
front of Tom and as close to him
Or
as
is it more
possible.
for him and his death wish?
Yes.
Very cool.
We'll talk about it.
Look, okay. So the point is they don't
Wait,
show
I want
this
to
here.
watch it. I want to watch it.
They were doing 30 jumps.
I want to see him do it.
They don't show it. in
They
this
don't
one.
show it?
Not in this one.
No.
So guys, in the 9-minute version, they showed the ramp that they built, and he doesn't. I thought they were doing it with hooks before. He actually does the motorcycle jump to the base jump with the parachute, which he would literally die if he went off of it wrong. Look, I don't know if there's clearly more psychology at work here than just a guy who wants to entertain you. I do believe he wants to do that. I do believe that.
No, I think he wants to die for our entertainment. I am
it's
literally
very possible.
convinced at this point that it is Tom Cruise's absolute dream to die in the making of one of his stunts and having, like, he wants to have filmed enough of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning so that they can still edit it together and release
Yeah.
it, but he does want to die during one of these stunts. Like,
Look.
he would literally die for his craft, which is kind of funny,
Yeah.
but also psychotic. I kind of appreciate that
Like,
he's
and
this extreme and enthusiastic about his job.
And there's stuntmen who risk their lives every day. So some people are like, well, stuntmen do it all the time. I'm like, yeah, that's proof that he doesn't need to do it, but he
Right.
chooses to do it. If you watch the long version of this segment, it's like 9 minutes long, and half of it's logistics. Figuring out how to do it. He has to do all of the motorcycle prep. He has to do all of the base jumping prep. He then has to get it all done together, all to risk his life. Somebody says 12 times. I thought it was 6. 12 times so that he can get the perfect shot of something, because he wants to make a great movie
And
for
he
people.
literally became a pilot to do Top Gun Maverick.
And
Like,
some people are saying like that they think that it's PR and that somebody else is doing it, like that they're like somebody in the chat.
can
said
they really lie about that?
Like, I
like
don't-
even if they could, we would find out in the credits who the stunt doubles
I guess
were.
but the thing is, there are
Right.
stunt doubles in the movie. It's not like there won't
Not
be
for
any stunt doubles,
everything, though.
but they won't be able to prove that it was for that stunt. Like that he wasn't him in that stunt. But here's the thing: I'm open to being lied to if you can pull it off. in this case. Like, he seems genuine, and the fact that he's not on social media, maybe it's because when he releases it like this, he doesn't get to look at all the responses. He's not immediately doing it so that he can read all of the, hey, good job, Tom. He's doing it and then going back to work, and I appreciate a dude who takes his craft seriously. Like, I don't know if he has a death wish. He might have a death wish. I think that this stunt that they're talking about in this, my guess would be that the big jump here is that will be the end of Dead Reckoning Part 1, of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, that the film will end with him doing the base jump, and that will lead into the credits, and then we won't know what's going on with Part 2 until later down the line. But he's focused on his work. He's not
coming
focused
out in
on
2024?
No, it comes out next year.
Oh, awesome.
He's not focused on identity politics. He's not focusing on quotas. He's not focusing on modern audiences. He understands that well-made movies, classic cinema, don't require modern audiences because they are good for all audiences. Is he a Scientologist? Yes. Is he nuts? Probably. But it's not my job to like him, his religion. It's my job to like his work. And I like the work he's doing. Mm-hmm. So this is me simping once again for Tom Cruise, as I have been. I
don't blame you. Like, he is an extraordinary person.
It is what
it's
it is.
It's just such a sad fact that he's part of a cult.
And he is, like, it's true. He's definitely an adrenaline junkie. Like, he definitely, if anything, it's like the best part is he's like, I get to like spend like studio money, like part of my money and part of studio money to do stuff that I would never maybe he's like, would you be able to get anybody else to greenlight something like this if it wasn't for a movie? Are you just going to hire a bunch of people to do this for no reason? Red Bull does stuff like this all the time. If you go to like the Red Bull Instagram channel, they have absolutely bonkers like extreme athletes doing stuff all the time, but that's just for the content. He's doing it to serve a larger purpose, which is an entertaining story in a movie. That's what I love. So it is what it is. We love Tom Cruise here. I'm gonna need like a Mission Impossible shirt. Name my first kid Ethan Hunt.
Oh no. To take this to the next level.
Yes, to the next level, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we got some super. Now that I'm done simping for Tom Cruise, and guys, I do recommend going to YouTube and looking up the full 9-minute version. It shows how they built the ramp, how tall it is. They show all of his lead up. They have to like literally helicopter in all of the supplies because it's on the base of a mountain. We
actually did see part of this stunt in the preview.
Yeah, well, they showed the one with him with the wire, but that wasn't going off the cliff.
No, the preview that I think we saw a preview for Dead Reckoning before we saw Top Gun Maverick.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.